Hey guys, it's Vero. Welcome back to my channel. I know I have been AWOL for a little while. I do apologize. There was a lot going on in my world and my family's world, my friends' world, but I am excited to be back and start making videos for you guys. And as a little bit of a reminder, Sparrow Designs Paper Company, my shop is going to be reopening this upcoming Monday with our $2 Tuesday releases. So I will be posting a lot on Instagram about the new releases and everything like that. But I don't want to keep this intro too long. I actually want to do something a little bit different. We're not going to be planning in my Erin Conjuring this week. I've actually switched to my A6 rings here recently, and I am absolutely in love with it. Absolute love. And I will be doing a flip through for this. It's just not quite done yet. There are a couple more things that I am waiting on, and as soon as I get that all in, I surely will do a flip through for you. But this is a A6 rings from Print Pression. It is the gray with the snap, and I am going to go ahead and pull my inserts out for this week. Now this is going to be the first week, which is the 3rd through the 9th. It's going to be my first week using this set of inserts, and these are from Jasenia's Printables. I was using a couple of other ones. I'm not sure if these are going to be the ones I'm going to stick with yet either, but we will just have to see. And the kit that I'm going to be using this week is a printable from Paper Crown Planner. This kit is absolutely massive. It's also absolutely beautiful. I've seen this artwork, I feel like a couple of different places, but I really like what she's done with it. She's taken the Target artwork and faded it down so it's more pink. It's not, you know, red and in your face. So it's really pretty. I'm not going to go through the whole kit because it is just so massive, but I'll quickly flip through it. So we have full boxes, date covers and washi, icons and work labels, glitter headers. I mean, we have Fashion Girls, more washi strips. We have a scene box, more deco, more full boxes, lots of functional and lots of deco in this, and it's an absolutely beautiful pastel kit. It feels really right for the first true week of February, so I went ahead and got this done. You guys, this kit is $4 and absolutely beautiful. I did print this on glossy paper because I was just feeling the glossy paper this week. I also got a few other things out. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them all or not. I have a couple of things from Cozy Paper Co., as well as a couple of things from my shop as well. And if you're watching this pre the 10th, you're going to get a little sneaky peek because I am going to be using some of the new stickers in my shop that are going to be released at the $2 Tuesday price. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this. It's going to be a little bit different, I know that. And because I'm using glossy, I do want to go ahead and get out my permanent marker as well. There's a couple of other things I did pull out. I've got my white out, my tweezers, and I did pull out some washi from Simply Gilded. I'm not sure if I'm going to incorporate it or not. It might be a little bit too bright to go with it, and I feel like she's included enough washi. These inserts don't really have a place for washi. I mean, you could definitely put it wherever you want to, but it doesn't have a dedicated place for it. I'm going to check. Let me go look at my drawers and see if I have anything else that would be better suited for this kit real quick. So the only other thing that I saw in my drawers that I think would probably go with this kit a little bit better is also Simply Gilded washi, but it does have hollow foil on it. And I did pull out pink foil to go with the kit, which now I'm thinking might be a little bit too dark. Actually, you know what? Let's just not add any extra foil to it. I have enough icons and enough of my little scripts that I like to use in black that I think we're going to be just okay without any of the foil at all. So this kit is so massive, I probably don't need to pull anything in, but I can't ever make anything easy on myself. So let's just see how this goes. But I think I will go ahead and bring some of this in. I think it would look really pretty just going across the very bottom of the boxes. And I'm not sure. I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple this week. I'm going to use a smaller one, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't want to overwhelm the entire spread. I just hope it's going to look okay. So as I mentioned, there's lots going on with my family and my friends and stuff, and I'm not really at liberty to say 100% for each of those that are involved. If I had permission, I definitely would share with you guys. Slice tool, I will link down below. If I could share, I would, but I didn't ask for permission, and I don't really want to share and then be wrong. I do have family and friends that watch my channel, and the last thing I want to do is upset anybody, so we are just going to leave it alone. So I'm going to have to leave it at that. If I could tell you guys more, I definitely would. Lots happening, lots going on, but of course it is what it is. So I don't think I've actually posted since December. It might have even been sooner than that, honestly. So I'll give you a quick rundown of what's been happening in me and my family's life. I can give you that information at least. So we went through Christmas and New Year's, and of course I had planned to take a break for the holidays and everything to spend more time with my family. But everything started getting a little bit hectic in the end of September, beginning of October. I remember I told you guys during October in one of my Plan With Me's, I think it was, that my car had broken down. So I still don't have a car. I mean, at least not a running one. Anyway, I could use my car to go to like my neighbor's house, but as far as taking it out on the open road, it is not going to happen. It has been diagnosed as needing a new computer system, and we don't even know if the diagnosis is the actual diagnosis, which is really not fun. Basically what I mean by that is we can't figure out what's wrong with it, so they told me to put a new computer in it. It's a long ordeal. So we've been kind of going back and forth with that, and then of course with Christmas and everything, all of the money was budgeted to other things, and money was tight because, of course, you know, you spend so much on Christmas, even though your children would rather play with the boxes or their siblings' toys than the ones that you spent so much money on. Anyway, okay, bottom washi is all in. Check out the date covers that came in this kit. So the car had just been sitting, and we tried a couple of different things, and it didn't really fix anything, so super frustrating. We're so lucky to have amazing friends and family that are willing to help us out a lot, and because of them, we've gotten through this. My husband rides with his friend to work. I was riding with my friend to work, which is something I will explain to you guys. Thank goodness for grocery delivery, because if we didn't have grocery delivery, my family would be hungry. That's all I'm going to say. I will say this glossy paper that I have is a little bit off-white. Not enough to bother me, I don't think. But it is quite noticeable now that I'm putting it down on this super bright white 32-pound paper that I print all of my inserts on. I think it's going to be just fine. Anyway, no, let me grab my undo. Anyway, but as I was saying, I got a job. And I got a job at, well, It's called Ollie's. It's a discount bargain store. It's a fun little store. It really is. But this particular Ollie's, and I'm not trying to bash them by any means, they just do not have their stuff together. That is the only way I can really think to put it. They just do not have their stuff together. And people said certain things and promises were made, etc., etc., etc. And bottom line, none of it happened. It was really, really stressing me out, and the whole situation of not having my own car became really frustrating because my friend, who I worked with, she got a promotion, and of course, I'm super happy for her. That's awesome. But we went from being able to work together to not being able to work together, which, I mean, everybody wants to work with their friend. That sucks. There is the date covers. They look a little bit funny. I'm hoping the rest of the kit will pull it together. So I'm going to go ahead and do my date dots, which I should have done before I put down the date covers. It's okay. I don't know where I like that. Put it out here. That's fine, right? Anyway, so she got a promotion. That's great, but it started making things really frustrating. But I was good. I was determined to stay. I was good, you know. I was gonna make things work. We were gonna work through it, you know. It was gonna be fine. Well, I cannot tell you guys, in the month that I worked for this discount store, I went through three. I went through three babysitters. It was gonna be four, but the other girl never showed up, which was great. So if that gives you any idea of how my childcare adventure went, I think I have mentioned on this channel before. If I didn't, I'll mention it now. My daughter is homeschooled, and my son will not be starting school until next year. And I haven't really decided if we're going to do homeschool with him. Probably not. He really loves people, loves to socialize, so probably not. We will probably let him do his thing and make some friends, so we will see how that goes. Okay, so it is super late. It's like after midnight on Sunday night, and I'm trying to think of everything that I need for this week, and quite honestly, this kit has got me a little bit overwhelmed, so I typically do not use glitter headers when I use like A6 size. I really want to use this Fashion Girl on a Sunday because it's Sunday. There's not much to do. I think she's going to fit just fine. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run some glitter headers across the top. Why not? But anyway, we went through 3 babysitters, technically 4, because as I mentioned, the one didn't show up. But the 4th/3rd babysitter, however you want to call her, whichever way, it really does not matter to me. It was a whole thing, and it's still a thing. It's still happening. We'll start from the beginning. So this babysitter that watched my kids, it was last Tuesday now. So, you know, this past week, technically this week, however you want to start your weeks. I start my weeks on Monday, so technically it was this week. She was originally going to be our first babysitter. And then she ended up telling us that she couldn't babysit because something happened to her child. She didn't elaborate on that, so I'm not an awful person. It just, you know. And she couldn't watch them, which, okay, I understood. That was fine. So I went ahead and found somebody else to watch the kids, and she was babysitter number 1. Well, babysitter number 1 was awesome. She played with the kids. She hung out with them. She was really nice. She was attentive. She made sure my daughter did her schoolwork, etc. But this is it's a little bit. Considering what I've been through now with childcare, this almost doesn't even matter. But she was super expensive. I mean, way more than a 20, I think she's 20. She might have been 19. 19 or 20-year-old college student would honestly need at all. Just, I'm gonna leave it like that. And she acted a lot like a child, to the point where I honestly, and there's gonna be people out there that don't like this, I apologize. I honestly didn't feel safe leaving my children with a child. Hate me if you want to, sorry. But anyway, so we decided to look for somebody else, and then I found somebody else, and she was really awesome. But again, I'm not saying she charged a lot of money because I'm trying to be nasty. I'm just saying it because this was a lot of money, more than a daycare. I really wanted my kids to be at home during the day and not in a daycare. Anyway, controversial topic. We'll move on from there. She didn't pay any attention to my kids. She did have to bring her 1.5-year-old. What am I going to use? Okay, I'm going to use this for dinners. She did have to bring her 1.5-year-old with her every day, which I didn't mind. A couple of years ago, I actually nannied. Well, it's been more than a couple of years. When my daughter was about 1.5, I nannied. And I didn't mind. I didn't mind her having to bring her or anything like that. I didn't mind her feeding her food from our fridge, anything like that. It was totally fine. Well, the thing was with her is that she was paying more attention to her child than to mine. And again, I'm not saying that to be nasty, I'm not saying that to be rude, but it was to the point where my kids had complete free roam. And as much as I love my little munchkins, they can be quite destructive, as most kids can. That is not straight. So I was coming home to a complete and utter mess almost every single day, and I wasn't having that, my friends. Come on, I don't want to put a million layers of you on here. Can you just come off, please? Thank you. I love my undo, but jeez. Good thing it dries. So I didn't fire her or anything like that. We were on a day-to-day basis. We didn't, make any plans or anything like that. So I actually put her, I put her in my phone book, and if I need her, I would still call her because my kids were fed, they were cared for. I just felt like they weren't getting the attention that they really needed, and I'm sure any mother would say that when it comes to their kids. But do I have room for this? We're gonna make it fit. Okay, sidebar for the week done. Still not sure on how I'm feeling about colors, but we will have to just see how it turns out. We moved on from her, nothing bad. She works a lot of other side jobs and things like that too, so it wasn't a huge deal. She was fine, we were fine, we moved on. Okay, there's a lot of background just to get to this last girl. I was working at the bargain store this past Tuesday, and she showed up, and I showed her, where everything was, and told her a little bit about my kids. She seemed really nice. It seemed like it was going to work out. So I went to work. I will say she did show up a little bit late. I try to chalk that up to sometimes we just don't have a good day. Anyway, so I went on my merry way to work. And then, I don't know, I'd been at work maybe, I want to say like 30 to 45 minutes. I mean, it was nothing. We had a truck come in, so we had to unload the truck, and we were worried about getting the truck put away and all of that. So, of course, I was busy. I was focused on that and everything. And I don't even know exactly what happened at first or who said what first, but I get a call from my husband. And we have security cameras or nanny cams. They're really not for the nannies. They are for my kids because they, as much as I love them, are a little bit, as I said, destructive. That's okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and lay down Monday. I'm going to go through the whole week because this is being an A6. I need to make sure I can fit everything. Monday, tomorrow, I think a couple of things to do actually. So I do have some Happy Mail coming. Of course she has one, right? Of course she has one. This kit is just massive. I mean, in a great way. In an absolutely fantastic way. Because we're at A6, I am going to try to keep it a little bit tighter to keep some room. And tomorrow, what's coming? Oh, okay, I remember what's coming. Tomorrow I have a order from, don't mind my ugly handwriting, Sweet Eva's Paper, and then I have one coming from Planner Press, which is one thing that I'm waiting on to actually be able to film my A6 ring slip through for you guys, so hopefully that will come. I need to order some more paper for the shop as well as order some ollie clips and design. Do I have space for all of that? I feel like I'm running out of space very, very quickly. We will just have to see how it goes. I'm going to use one of these cute little bow boxes. Now that I've told you what I'm going to do, I'll go back through and tell you what's happening. So, she showed up, I went to work. About an hour or so into the day, my husband is calling me, and he's telling me that this babysitter has told my kids to go outside, and she's just sitting inside on her phone. Are you serious? just tossed them out the door. I mean, again, my children are 8 and 4, so they are not super young, but they're still pretty young. They still shouldn't be outside in the neighborhood where anybody could snatch them or talk to them or anything like that with nobody with them. So I got pretty upset. I mean, an hour into the day and it's already not going well at all. So I try to call her, and I try to call her, and I try to call her, and she's not answering. So for Christmas, we got our daughter, who turned 8 right after Christmas. We got her a iPod Touch, so that, you know, she would have a way to contact us when she's at home and we weren't, with this whole me trying to go back to work thing. And no, don't rip. And so I called her iPod. And of course, when I called her iPod, no answer. So I'm like flipping out. Well, my neighbor, who is also my best friend in the entire world, answered her phone when I called her. And I told her, I said, look, this girl has sent my kids outside. Can you please do something for me? Like, can you go tell the kids they need to go home, or can you go, fuss at the babysitter? Something, because I was genuinely worried. I mean, I don't let my kids just go outside by themselves without supervision. And it's not really my kids I'm worried about. It's unfortunately the rest of the world, because you never know what's going to happen. So I've got my Happy Meal, and I've got order paper. I need to design and do laundry. So she like called to my kids. She was like walking across the neighborhood telling my kids that they needed to come to her, blah, blah, blah. Like, just saying, hey, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Because, you know, they're just running in the the neighborhood, and there's nobody watching them. And it really freaked me out. Like, it really freaked me out. But she eventually got a hold of them. Here it is. I'm going to use one of these kitties from Sweet Ava's paper. There is a laundry sticker in the kit, but I like it, but I like this more. Of course, as usual, everything I use I will link below. So she got my kids, and she found them and got them to come to her and said, you need to go back to the house and you need to tell the babysitter that I told you and mommy told you to go back to the house. I'm on the phone with your mom. So they went back to the house, and now all of a sudden, you know, I'm trying to call Emma again, which is my daughter. My daughter's name is Emma. I'm trying to call her again, and she does answer. She answers the second time around. So that was exciting. But when she answered, it wasn't her. Oh, there's bow dividers in this. I might actually have to use that. This is going to last me forever. Forever. Anyway, so I'm trying to look for something for work. Designing. I got anything here? Not really. We have that little computer. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna use it. Why not? And if I put it down here over the washi just a little bit, I should have some room. I really want to use some of the newer stickers from the shop, and I will just do an awful job of writing design because I have no handwriting skills whatsoever. So I got a hold of her finally because she's the one that answered the phone, which is fine. You know, at least she finally answered the phone. And these are one of the new releases coming this week. Don't mind this. It's a test cut. We get a bunch of different arrows coming this week. Anyway, and I'm telling her, I'm like, I don't know. I was not nice, you guys. I wasn't nice at all. I said, I don't know who you think you are or what you think you're doing, but my kids don't go outside and play in a neighborhood with nobody watching them. Like, that's unacceptable. I went full on mama bear on this woman. And she was like, okay, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. So, of course, I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt once again. And I tried to go about my merry way. So around. So Tuesday, we've got more laundry, more work. There's a lot happening. There's more happening on Tuesday than there was on Monday. And all of it is in the morning. So, let's do, I'm going to use this cute little card. That actually works out pretty well. We'll put it way down here at the bottom. That way we know we have the room for it. So, after about, I wouldn't even say another hour, I would say 30 to 45 minutes because it took me so long to contact her the first time. My husband's calling again. And he's freaking out. And when I say freaking out, I mean he is absolutely freaking out. And I could not understand him for the life of me. I was like, what is happening? Why are you freaking out? What's going on? I just wasn't getting it at all. There's work labels. Look. It's okay. We will use one. I will put one on my hand so that I cannot forget. And I finally get it out of him what exactly is going on. And he's saying, she's stealing, she's robbing you. I was like, what are you talking about? Don't be silly. Like, she's watching the kids. What are you talking about? No, this girl, this girl was in my house sending my kids away from her, like telling them to go to their room or whatever. I'm guessing the same reason she had sent them outside on their own. And she was, no joke, going through my house and I don't want to say robbing me. It sounds so much more serious than I honestly think this turned out to be. But she was. I mean, she was digging through my house. She was taking things. She was pulling storage boxes out and going through them. It was not it was not fun. And to sit there and watch her do it live on camera was super, super, super upsetting. I mean, it really, really messed me up. I've never had to deal with something like this before. I'm really glad that I've never had to deal with something like this before. But I did. I did this time. And I'm still not entirely sure on how I feel about it, honestly. So I'm watching these cameras. I mean, I'm at work. I've just stopped everything that I've been doing, and I'm watching this woman walk around my house and steal things and dig through personal things, and it was really, really upsetting that it was happening. Um, but what can you do about it? I mean, the neighbor that had helped me out with the kids, my friend, she had left. She was not there anymore. There's not much to say there. I mean, there's really not. There was nobody to help me. My brother was at work. I was at work. My friends were gone. My mom lives almost 2 hours away. There wasn't much that could honestly be done in that situation at that time. So, what did I do? Well, I left work. I left work, and in a hurry. I went to my boss's office and I was like, look, and I showed her the video. I'm like, look, this girl is literally robbing me right now. I need to go. And so she was like, well, go, just get out of here, go. And so I did. And I tried to call the police as I was leaving, and they were like, oh, well, it's a little early considering I do work almost half hour from my house. I'm probably not in frame, I apologize. I work about a half hour from my house, and they were like, well, we can't come out there to meet you just yet if you're not there, which, I understand completely. But it's stressing me out when watching this girl just, like, raid my house. That looks awful. No, it's fine. It was horrifying. Okay, so Tuesday we are going to hopefully, I'm going to look at a couple of cars. So I'm just going to write new car, question mark. I'm really hoping to find one that I like so that we can be done and over with this car search thing because it is absolutely stressing me out. But we will just have to see how that goes. And then, of course, I want to edit this video. That way I can get it up for you guys by the end of the week that we're currently in. And last but not least, I did pick up a new game, and I'd like some time to actually play it. And in that aspect, or along with that, whatever, I actually, these, in case you can't tell, these are all like brand new. I just got them in. So, and then, like I said, I have another order coming. tomorrow, which is awesome. But I got these super adorable Nintendo stickers from Sweet Davis Paper, and I am in love with them. Snowball playing the Nintendo, and I want to be able to actually play it some. And because I'm absolutely extra and I just honestly want to use them, I am going to try to incorporate another one of my little arrows. These are the squiggles. I'm going to incorporate that as well. Maybe. We might not have room. Dang it. We're not going to have room. We'll just do that. How about we just hand draw one? A little baby one. A really not so cute little baby one. Totally fine. Wednesday, I need to order the groceries. I want to organize my stickers, and it is payday as well as bill day for me. Bill pay day, whatever you want to call it. So that is the gist of what's happening. I'll go ahead and lay it down while I tell you more of my story. I got really sidetracked. So I call them when I am just about, I want to say like maybe 5 or 6 minutes from my house. I really should have called them sooner. I do not like to use my phone while I drive. Call me old-fashioned. It's fine. Excuse me, Snowball. Thank you. I just don't like to use my phone while I'm driving, so I just don't. And I get there, and unfortunately, the cops are not there yet. And they tell me I can't go to my house. They don't want me to confront her. And it is stressing me out. I mean, it was really, really messing with me because all I wanted to do was get into my house and get this girl who's stealing things out of my house and away from my children because, and this might be another controversial thing to say, so I apologize in advance if it bothers anybody's feelings. I was raised to think that people that steal are typically people that hurt, honestly. Not so much like they will, but the likelihood of them doing so is significantly higher than somebody who doesn't steal. And I'm not saying all people that steal are, murderers, and I'm not saying all murderers steal. I'm not trying to be judgmental in any way, just laying it out there. That is the way that I was raised. If you were raised differently, leave me a comment down below. Let me know your take on it. So I'm sitting at the front of the park, freaking out, of course, because my babies are in my house and I can't get to them and I can't say anything to this girl. She doesn't know I'm coming or anything like that. And oh my gosh, it was super, super intense. It's the only way I can really think of to put it. Finally, I mean, it felt like forever. It really wasn't. It was maybe 5 minutes. Finally, a officer shows up and he just like blows right on by me, even though they know what I'm driving and that they told me to wait in the front, etc., etc. He just blows right by me. And I'll save you guys some time. I'm not going to fill that out. So that is a Wednesday all done. He just blows right by me and starts heading towards my house, which, I mean, I just took off after him. I was like, fine, whatever. We can make that work. Thursday, the groceries should be coming. I need to work and do a couple of other little things. Not a too busy day. I always say that, and then it feels like a million things have to happen. We will see how it goes. He blows right by me. I follow him to my house, and as she's sitting on my front porch, again, nowhere near my kids at all. She probably has no idea what my kids are doing, where they're at, anything. I mean, just really, really, really upsetting. to me, especially considering the fact that she told me that she was a mother, and that in its own really blew my mind. She said that she was a mother of 4. So typically, when somebody tells you, as another mother, hey, I'm a mother of 4 as well, we're gonna be just fine. It's totally fine. No, I really put way too much confidence in that. Way too much. He's gotta come up. I was gonna use the double box. Well, Friday's gonna be pretty calm for me. I think I'll use the big girl, the fashion girl, and then I'll use the double box on the weekend. That's fine. No, she was sitting on the porch, nowhere near the kids. I mean, completely oblivious. Okay. Alright, just gonna go ahead and order one of the print impression V6 because not so much for me, but I really want to get some kits out for you guys in regards to the V6, so I'll definitely do that. What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. This girl has got me all kinds of messed up. I want to put a header. I said I wasn't going to use headers, and then I've used like nothing but headers. Isn't that great? And this cop comes up, and my landlord, oh bless him, bless my landlord, because he was the only reason that I was not alone through this entire situation, because he's quite nosy. Honestly, he is probably the nosiest landlord I have ever had. And on this day, I was so thankful for it, honestly, because he's like snooping around, asking what's going on and stuff, and I'm just like, this girl's, trying to rob from me and etc. etc. That's not straight, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna try to keep it a little simpler. And oh no, this glossy paper. Anyway, my cop pulls her aside and talks to her, and she's like, I wasn't taking anything, I didn't do anything, blah blah blah. Which honestly we all knew was false because, we had witnessed her on the camera. I've got to fix this. On the camera, actually going through the house and stealing things, and oh my gosh, that was a lot of undo. It is okay. We will make it work. I used so much and I didn't even use it underneath. And what was I saying? No, I don't remember. Oh. So he pulls her aside and he's talking to her, and of course she's vehemently denying it and saying, no, I didn't take anything, she's making things up, blah, 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 which I was not making things up. And the second that the officer got there, I pulled out my phone and showed him exactly what my cameras had been recording. So he already knew going into talking to her exactly what was going on. That's gonna have to do. It's fine. Fill the rest of that out later. Okay, let's see. Friday, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Fashion Girl. Which one? We'll just start from the left. We'll use this brunette because she's first. So he's talking to her, and I'm just kind of like off to the side. My landlord's out there. He's asking me what's going on, etc. It was a long conversation, honestly, with nothing at all happening. That is the gist of it. And he was like, okay, because she just kept denying, and the cop was just like, okay, well, regardless, she doesn't want you here. You need to go. It's time for you to leave. And she just like would not leave. And then she walks back in my house to get her stuff. Which, and that's her stuff. That's totally fine with me. That's your stuff. You do your thing. You get your stuff and get the HE double hockey sticks out of my house. I don't think I've cursed on this channel before, so we're gonna keep it that way for right now. Anyway, She walks in my house and the cop doesn't go with her. He doesn't walk in with her. And I was just I looked at him and I was like, "You're not gonna go in there?" And he said no. And I said, "Well, why not? Why are you not going in there with her? I just told you, she's robbing or stealing from me." I still don't know if I like the word robbing. And you're just gonna let her go in there? Like, can I fit one of these? I don't think so. Maybe. And he was like, "Well, you didn't invite me in your house. I'm not just gonna walk in the door." It's like, okay, fair enough. So I was like, "Well, that's fine. She's not being, aside from, vehemently, I'm probably out of frame again, vehemently denying things and obviously being angry in general, that I called the cops on her. She's not like swinging or anything. She's not trying to hurt anybody at this point or anything like that. So I just kind of left it alone. So I just walked in behind her just to make sure, that she wasn't gonna do anything, because I just didn't know. Oh, this is not split. This is one giant scene sticker. Woo, okay. How are we gonna, so it's not gonna be perfect. My washi's not even perfect. I'm okay with that. I'm definitely gonna reprint this kit. Not really doing anything Saturday or Sunday. I just want to get some designing and cleaning done, so it's not a big deal. We don't have a lazy day sticker in this. I know I have one somewhere. I do not. Nowhere. And obviously it is Sunday, so we will plan next week, and I will try to film that earlier in the day so I am not completely exhausted at the end of the night trying to think about this stuff. Saturday, I want to do like maybe Chinese takeout. I probably just want Chinese takeout because this box looks like Chinese takeout now. But I want to do takeout or something similar for dinner. I use this little quarter box. To mark takeout, and on both days I do want to do a little bit of designing, but we'll see how that goes. I wish we had like an iPad sticker so like I could just mark designing with that. It doesn't look like there's any included in this kit, which is fine. So the cop talks to her, then talks to me, and my landlord's over there getting in everybody's business, talking about how she needs to be barred from the property, and she's not allowed in the neighborhood again, and just bless him. Like, seriously? Anyway, so he was around. It was awesome. He's so kind. I really do appreciate him as a landlord, and going to miss him if, I'm not gonna jinx myself, we move. But he's very nosy. He's very, very nosy. Let's do one of these. Yeah, look at that. Squeeze in there. That's fine. I'm just gonna mark this one right here. This work one with this little notebook and pencil icon, because it's really, Saturday's kind of like a brainstorming day. I have everything done by Friday typically for the next week, and it's just kind of at the point where, I'm brainstorming for the next week, or I'm finalizing or fixing things. Then I'm going to use, it looks like a giant header, but it's just a strip of this washi, because I would like to catch up and or finish and or binge, whatever have you, the rest of part 3 of Sabrina. If you've watched it, don't you dare spoil it for me. I will lose it. So I'm going to actually go ahead and fill the rest of this out, and I will come back and show you guys after the pen in the same video so you don't have to worry about it. Okie dokie, I'll quickly go ahead and show you after the pen. There's still a little bit of pen that needs to happen, but for the majority, this is where I'm going to leave it. The lack of foil thing is kind of throwing me off a little bit, but I'll quickly go through the pages with you. Overall, I do really like how it turned out, aside from the discoloration, and I do wish I would have whited out these lines before I put the seam box down. So we will just have to see how everything goes and see if if these are inserts that I'm going to continue to use, which at this point I'm going to give it a preliminary yes, but that could definitely change still at this point. And then I will, of course, reprint those inserts and see how they look on maybe some matte paper. So it's all set up and in my rings. Super excited to start this next week. And just to quickly show you, there is a decent amount left in this kit as well. We barely touched the sheet with the little half and quarter boxes. We still have fashion girls and washi strips. We still have glitter headers and heart checklists and some little canceled and notes. We still have 5 full boxes, the washi strips, the entire page of heart checklist and quarter boxes, some of this little washi box header type sheet as well, tons and tons of icons, plenty of work icons, and lots of deco as well. More washi, more boxes. I mean, we hardly touched this kit. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it in my dailies for the entire week, or I might actually do another plan with me with it in my Erin Condren. I'm leaning more towards using it in my dailies because of the off-white thing. It is kind of bothering me. It doesn't bother me as much in a smaller form, but I know it would in my Erin Condren. More than likely, I will be using this in my dailies. If you guys want to see any of my dailies all set up, I'll show you a blank one here. These are from Annie Plans Printables. Make sure you go ahead and follow me over on Instagram at Sparrow Designs Paper Co. I'll put that right here for you and down in the description. And I definitely do post dailies as well as my weeklies, after the pens, my monthlies, and flip throughs and things like that every single day just about here lately. I think that's going to be it, guys. I'm super tired. I'm ready to crash. I'm going to bed. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or comments, go ahead and throw them down in the comment section. And thank you so much for stopping by and planning with me. Hopefully this video wasn't too long or too boring for you. If you have any other questions about my little story, if I missed anything, any advice, go ahead and leave it down below as well. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so to be notified whenever I upload another video. I am going to try my very best to get back to at minimum 2 a week, sometimes more. And that's it, you guys. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!